Hello and welcome back to the Minded Money podcast. I'm Sherry, a financial coach.
And I'm Val, a financial planner. And today we are talking about the cost of not looking at your credit card. This stems from a very recent current event potentially triggering for our friend Sherry here, who currently does not know the whereabouts of her credit card. But is she worried?
No.
Why? Why aren't you worried?
Two reasons. Let me tell you the timeline. I realized this past Sunday, so today's Tuesday, so like a couple of days ago, that I did not have my credit card. And then I went back to see when the last time that I used the credit card was, to see that it was 2 Fridays ago.
Lady.
And then I realized I did not have it on Sunday, that it was my money date day, the Wednesday prior, because I do it every 2 weeks, pay off the credit card in full just before payday. And I knew that there was no unidentifiable transactions on there, so I wasn't worried. But also, I can go into my credit card app and lock my credit card, which conveniently doesn't block ongoing payments.
Right, like pre-authorized
subscriptions and stuff like that. So that's good. And I also really don't want to change, like call my credit card company and be like, I don't know where my card is, because then they're going to give me a new number and then I'm going to change all of the things. I'm just thinking right now, how long would the card have to be gone for without
it'll expire
charges on it and you mentioned something too, that I might be able to get a new card with the same.
Yes. When your card expires, they just mail you the same number.
But you still have to update all the pre-authorization things because the date changes. Yeah. Honestly, if I'm going to get a new card, I'll probably just tell them to send me a new number and go through all of the things.
For punishment.
Because I suspect this brought up a valid point that if they send me a new card, even if it has the same number, they'll probably change the expiry date.
So you might as well be extra safe. Just get a whole new card number.
If I'm going to have to change things because of the expiry date, I might as well just do all the things.
So the point of this is that Sherry looks at what's going on her credit card, as we should be doing.
I maybe do it too much.
Okay.
Maybe be a little more balanced than me.
Okay. But what I've seen with helping clients go through their numbers is a lot of the times there's subscriptions, there's unknown, like let's just start with paying for things that they don't use anymore. So typically subscriptions are like, oh, I thought I canceled that. Oh, that was a free trial that kept going and it's been 3 years.
Fucking hate the free trial. Here's my tip on that.
Set an alarm.
Cancel right away. If you sign up for something that's paid and you only want to have it for a month, go in and cancel right away. I say this boldly as somebody who just got charged for 2 Peloton memberships this month. Because, anyways, I'm going to go. I feel like I've ranted a lot on the podcast we've been recording today. But, also, this is the sweatshirt that I spilled coffee on last time we were recording. You didn't get to see. And after that, I wore it for multiple days after I cleaned it and didn't spill on it. Anyways.
I'm impressed.
What was I saying?
Subscriptions.
Different levels of subscription. But to get it to connect to a piece of Peloton equipment, you have to have the highest one, which is... So what I did is they raised their prices, and I, out of me taking my subscription down from a $60, $70 one to a $19 one is clearly going to bankrupt the company.
But of course.
So what I did is I went in, but they also have points, and I didn't want to lose all my points, and so I didn't cancel it. Was thinking too, like weather-wise, when I'm inside on the bike, I like to have the bike screen telling me what to do. But anyways,
how did you get double charged?
So I paused the higher subscription, and you can only pause it for 3 months. And this is where I went wrong, because I paused for 3 months and then didn't put a reminder to go back. And they don't, assholes, send an email saying you're going to get charged for this. But I also it's gonna, my subscription's gonna renew the beginning of March. I should probably go in and just maybe I was thinking maybe I'll pause the lower one and do the higher one, because I'll spend some more time on the bike with who knows what's going to happen with the weather. I ignored the prompts to do that and just went, no, I'll just keep the lower one. It's fine. And then I checked my credit card, perfect segue, and realized, I got charged for both of them. And it is on my to-do list to go back and call them being like, I'm an idiot. Can you refund me for one of these?
But sometimes even that phone call and the unknown of how long you're going to be on hold for is enough of a deterrent for most of us.
Yeah. And it's like, it's $20, because probably they're going to say, well, we won't cancel the higher one. We'll give you anyways.
But in the event that you need a big overhaul and you don't want to call a bunch of places, get a new card number.
Yes. Yes.
Start fresh.
If you are, I've heard this from some people before, because I'll give a tip. Like if you have a challenge with impulse shopping, remove your credit card number from everywhere you have it saved. Start with Amazon. But I've had people say to me like, Sherry, that's cute that you don't think I have all of the numbers memorized. So if that's you,
get a new card.
And I don't know, tape over the numbers. Try not to memorize it. Don't put it in Apple Pay. Delete it from Google Pay. But okay, the point we're getting at is
we've spent so much time on your brain today. It's so good to see like your processes.
Yeah, so ranty today. I don't know why.
It's the fun. So when it comes to your credit card and even bank accounts, check on what's going on. You don't have to.
And your pay stubs.
Yeah, that's a whole other one.
If you're paid, especially if you're paid hourly, checking on your pay stubs, because my last employment, the employment that I got fired from, I was salary, but with overtime in specific situations. Beautiful. And I tracked it. And because there were so many times when there would be whole overtime shifts missing.
Yes. Like HR and payroll are human too. You have to watch out for yourself because there's going to be errors.
Yep. And a couple of situations on the credit card front. I've gone to a hotel where I've booked through like a third party site. And then even when you do that, when you go to the hotel, they ask for your card for any like incidentals or deposits. And one time I was charged the full room night on the card. So if I had been avoiding my statements and not looking at my transactions, I would have been out $300-ish.
Yes.
And like there's a couple other situations too where just there was false charges.
So fraud is a big one, right? So making sure that the charges that are on that card are yours or your partner's if you have a joint card, watching for those things.
And if you see fraud, call or contact your credit card company, because most times you will get refunded that amount because it's a common occurrence for them and you are not responsible for charges you didn't make.
But you also need to call and get a new card now.
Unless you lost your credit card, and then I bet I would be responsible for those charges.
I think that
anyways.
Well, yeah, if they listen to this podcast, they're going to know, but
yeah, when you're tuned out with your money, it can have a high cost.
Ignorance is not bliss.
It is not. And one of the things that I noticed recently with a client, we were going through credit card minimum payments, and there were two credit cards and they had relatively the same balances and interest rates. But we noticed that one payment,
insurance,
was about half the amount of the other payment. I'm like, this doesn't track, because generally they're connected to how much interest you're paying. But about half of that monthly payment was going to credit card insurance, and they get you. You have to hardcore opt out of
they're
things
gonna
like
make
that.
You feel like you're choosing world anti-peace when you call and cancel it. But pay attention to those things. Lines of credit. Sometimes there's a life insurance aspect to it, or balance protector, whatever they call it.
They make you feel like
horrible.
You are going to be destitute if you don't pay for that insurance.
Yeah, don't listen to them.
And that insurance generally, and there's different, read the fine print. There's different, when you are unable to work due to illness, or you lose a job, or you die.
If you die the right way,
it will cover sometimes your balance, but most of the time just continuing to make your minimum payments. But instead, have other insurance that's if you're worried about those things, have other insurance that's going to cover you in those situations. But also understand, if you die, what debts will have to be paid and what debts might not have to be paid, because there's difference depending on where you live and what debts they are. And if the card is you and a spouse or partner versus it's always better to have
your own personal
insurance not directly connected to the product, because a lot of times what I've heard some horror stories specifically around mortgage insurance, is when you get life insurance, generally, again, not advice, seek your own information. When you get life insurance, you're going through qualification to determine your eligibility for life insurance.
Yes, they ask their questions up front before they issue a contract that says, yes, Sherry, I will insure you.
And generally, insurance is related to specific financial products,
which shouldn't even be called insurances.
Anyways, it's
a different bone to pick.
Basically, if you think you're getting insurance and they're not asking anything about your health,
very, very minimal,
probably you're not fully qualified for that until you try and use it.
Exactly. And at that point, if you're gone, and then the questions come up and you didn't qualify, you're lucky if your spouse gets, or your partner or whomever, your loved ones get their premiums back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the stupidest. Like, there's a lot of stupid things to it, but the fact that you're paying for it and they're taking your money when they haven't even determined you're eligible.
Yeah, they're like,
for it.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
So, and I know if you're listening to this and you're like, I just cannot. I do not have the executive function to go through all of my bank or credit card statements. I haven't looked at them for 6 months, a year, 2 years, ever. Here's what I want to encourage you to do. Hit pause. Put a pin in today. And today we're going to just start a new habit. And moving forward, spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes once a week. Add a reminder to your phone, add it into your Notion, get your AI to do that. Spend 5 or 10 minutes once a week just looking at your transactions.
And just like, and check them out.
Don't try and go back and do all of the things, because that's often what creates overwhelm for folks with ADHD. Is we can't, our brains just know if we're going to do this, we are going to do it so perfect that we'll get some sort of reward that doesn't exist. I'm going to classify 12 months of my credit card and bank transactions.
I was at a conference yesterday and there was a financial coach and she's like, this is my challenge to you. Go home, not today, but sometime this week, go through all of your statements for the last 3 months.
Fuck that shit.
And categorize them. And I was like, I love that idea.
For you.
Not going to happen. And Sherry and I have 2 different approaches. When I do it with clients, we'll go through the last 30 days and we do it together. Rarely when it's given to them, there's so much shame around it. Like, and again, there's no perfect approach, but you could see the energy in that crowd that was like, that's not happening. I could already hear people going, well, then that's Christmas in there too, right? Like,
hell no.
Not happening. So to Sherry's point, bi-weekly or once a week, take 5 minutes. And in that habit, create some joy around it. Go get yourself a coffee at the local coffee shop and sit down and do it there.
Have a little sweet treat.
Have a friend that does it with you. And you don't have to share if you don't want to, but being together, accountability, doing it together.
Yep.
Have that. Like, create joy around it, or give yourself a little reward after.
Yep.
I'm going to watch an episode of my show after I do this.
Yep. Yeah. Figure out how you can reduce the friction to doing it. Maybe that's transferring $10 every time you do it to the personal impulse spending account, or just, figuring out how you can bake a reward into that and how you can reduce the friction. Like, going back and reviewing months and months, you don't have the capacity for that. Because, okay, here's the thing. I hear from so many clients and potential clients when I'm having conversations about what's worked in the past, what hasn't worked, what have you tried, that they've downloaded a template off of Etsy or someplace else, and then they have pulled 3, 6, 12 months of transactions. They've created these rules that if it's this, classify it as this. They've got a little pie chart for how they spent their money. They've got a plan for now every month moving forward. Here's exactly how I want to spend my money. And then 2 weeks, a month, maybe 2 months in, they abandon it all and never open it again, because the level of perfection that they expect from themselves, partnered with the level of effort that takes to do, is just unsustainable, and it loses its novelty. Is the thing. When we're in hyper focus mode and we're pulling all the transactions and we're classifying them, it's fun. We're getting the dopamine. It's new. It's exciting. And the thing with money is it is not always going to be at that level of excitement, no matter what you do. It is going to get boring. And you want your money management systems to be boring with sparks of, ooh, this is fun in it. It's never going to be, ooh, this is fun with sparks of boredom in it. It's going to be boring. And the system that helps you continue to do the things when it feels boring and the novelty wears off is important. And having the systems that keep going when you pause and you're not going anymore, because we're not going to have that high level of commitment.
In that word of systems, just start with one where it's a bi-weekly money date with yourself for 5 minutes. Put some joy around it.
Lower the bar.
Small.
The bar. Yeah, I think maybe next time I'll make a note of this. We do a podcast where it's like, here's the steps. If you're going to dedicate a half an hour every week, here's the things to do.
Do this. I love that.
Because again, we try and front load it, and then we get money burnout because we spent too much time doing it and then don't have the capacity to continue to sustain this wild, intricate system that we set up for ourselves.
I like it.
Okay, so check your bank and credit card statements.
Yeah, take a looky-loo.
See? And Step 2, can you cancel one subscription? Is there one you're not using? And from somebody who's thought they've canceled things before and hasn't actually, try and slow down a little bit and pay attention when you're canceling things, because some things you have to click cancel like 3 times to confirm. Yeah. Confirm the confirmation of the confirmation, because they want to make it difficult for us to cancel things. And the lowest hanging fruit can sometimes be going into your Apple device, or I'm sure this is a Google thing too, but like going into your subscriptions through your Apple account and just seeing what's going to renew there, because sometimes the sneaky ones are the annual ones. Yeah. And we get them. And companies do this because they know they will sell us a annual subscription for $29.99. That's a 72% discount. And then next year it goes up by 72%. And because we're not paying attention, we get charged that amount.
But then also don't hesitate to reach out to the company. Sometimes it pays off.
Sometimes they're assholes, but that's where I come into, like, if you get the annual subscription, go in and cancel it right away. And generally, unless they're giving you a refund, you maintain access. And then sometimes too, if it's something you want to continue using, they'll send you a discount being like, oh, here, we don't want to lose you. Because I just did this recently with our account that we use to record podcasts. I thought I'd be able to get all the things I need to on the free plan, and then realized that I wouldn't, but still went through, because there's been some bugs, and went through the cancellation, and they said, wait, don't go. We'll give you 2 months free if you don't cancel. So I didn't cancel because I still need the things.
You can get a lot of things for free if you threaten to leave. I tell you that.
I need to spend some time calling Rogers because they've raised my bill twice in the last 3 months. And
you go threaten them.
I know, but it takes so long. It's annoying. Anyways, that's things I need to do that I don't want to do.
Thank you for listening.
We are glad you've been here, and just go check those statements. Set a timer and give yourself permission to stop when that timer goes off. And then if you want to keep going, that's okay. Also have a maximum time too. So if you want to go for 10 minutes and you think you might end up wanting to go for 2 hours, like maybe 2 hours is too much.
Cut yourself off home.
Yeah. Give yourself a cutoff time. Don't get to the money burnout part of reviewing your credit card statements. Anyways, sorry for all the rants, and I hope you have a lovely day, and we will see you next time on the Mind and Money Podcast.